letters, and you just swap 2 around and you get like kind of different words. Kind of like if you were to take Dr. D
and switch the D's, you would get Dr. D.
Yeah, or
Crazy.
Dre. Nope, there's no E in Dr. D,
E
huh?
in Dr. D, though.
All right,
That's why it's D to the D. Listen.
How about Derd?
You could get
DRD.
But then you just... But that's what it is right now.
Yeah, you take the period out.
Oh.
Put it at the end. So
that
would make it a
people.
complete sentence.
I bet I know a lot of people that would want to take the period out. So, the...
Now, I'm a big fan of run-on sentences, man. I would like to take the period out, too.
I get it. Dude, brother, I get it. All right, so I'm going to use this heavy warm white. I might actually use like a regular white on this, but this is a really cool white that actually has some warmness to it, so it helps with that saturation thing. And make sure you throw your model around like a big bully. Again, not a lot of paint here. Just a tiny little bit.
That does seem like way too little paint on a paint palette, in my personal experience.
It's crazy. Mix it in.
How is that paint palette?
It's okay. I think it's a little humid in here because it's hot.
It is hot. It is actually very warm in here. It's a cool 73.
As a very quick review of this, it seems like it's okay. If you're going to use a non-wet palette, this might be something that I would actually use. But the unfortunate part of where we're actually sitting is it is hotter than Satan's butt crack. Is the technical term. Anyway, so
yeah, that's the layman.
I'm using this heavy warm white, and I'm just dipping. Or again, stippling the very edges of it because this is going to make it look like it's worn leather. The more you do this, the more worn it's going to look because of the way leather works is the more you beat it up and all that, you're going to see like more of the interior part of the leather. So it's going to give it like a bunch of different hues of color.
Like I said, I only know that one hue, but I guess when you're kind of more out there in the art community a little bit more, like you probably run into more of them, I'm assuming?
Yeah, for sure. They congregate mostly at dumpsters behind art stores.
Correct. So just to give a little bit of an update on some of the results for the first round of squad goals. So Nathan's Angels, Alex Botts, Kirchhoff, and Pat took their round. As did the Meat Men, which is Curtis Osborne. Oh, Johnny Pastrami, whose nickname on Longshanks is Jonathan Pastramathan, which I really like that. And Schmid, good old Schmid. Conan and the Barbarians from Ohio, with Conan Jennings, Raymond Fox, and Tom Minter won their round. A-Force, but the A is Austin with, that's the team Zach Cohen's on.
Yep.
Brandon and Brady took theirs on stream as well. Doomed Prophecy with John, Defense Dice Aren't Real, Elson, Philip, Melvin, and Brett took theirs. The Evil League of Evil with Chewy. This is Merritt right here. Sean Kragulski took theirs. Grip It and Rip It with DeLuca, Sooner, and Chic. Excelsior with Melanator, Graham, and Mythrander. Oh, Ron, they won as well. Man, there's a lot of teams here.
You're a team.
Team Outlanders, John's Angels. Oh, John's Angles, sorry. Musing and Amusing, Dice Daddies, Rolling Stone. Nope, sorry. After Musings and Amusing. Though that's the end of the 1-0s. Dice Daddies, Rolling Stone, Bream, which stands for Bill Rules Everything Around Me. The infamous group, More Than Famous. I like that. The Blood of Heroes, Something Awesome, Don't Call Us Plucky. SWMI, The Strategic Warfare Military Intervention. Crispy and the Boys, Juicy Owls, Paint Pals, and Deep Dish Wargaming. Going 0-1. I'm curious if, since everything is in, if we have pairings for round 2, it does not look like it.
I did at least throw out 2 or 3 yellow flags, so Crispy and the Boys or whatever are probably at least 15 yards down.
Yeah, Crispy and the Cream Boys.
Yeah, I think they're 15 yards down right now.
Which is a lot, you know what I mean? That's 1.5 first downs away from getting a first down.
Yep. And they didn't even try. They didn't even pick up the ball.
No.
Also, speaking of ball, Mojo Ball got announced.
Yeah, for July, I think.
Yeah.
For like, actually, kind of a inexpensive price. It's like $15.
It was a good price.
That's a deal.
I don't know anything about the game, but I did talk to some of the people that played it at Adepticon, and they said they had a blast.
Yeah. Do you know who's good at blasting?
The guy from Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yes, he is too. Danny.
Well, his name's Danny DeVito, but I don't know. Frank. His name's Frank in the game.
Frank Reynolds.
Yeah, Frank Reynolds.
One of the things that Frank Reynolds does is gets under people's skin, right? Mm-hmm. Similar to one of the better groups that are good at blasting, the Sentinels. We have a tactics card called Under Your Skin.
Is that it? Is that the end of the bit?
Yep, that's the whole thing.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah, it's mostly just meandering until I get to say Sentinels.
The Cohen team's names sound like newscaster names.
Let me bring that team back up. What were their names?
Anybody that's actually who cares about the painting? I'm just base coating this the bedroll again using Scrag Brown. As you can tell, I use this color quite a bit.
And as an alarm clock too, you said, right?
Yeah, as an alarm clock. Yeah.
Nice.
I use it a lot like Popeye with spinach.
So I think someone takes a look at you and they know that you're strong to the finish because you eat your Scrag Brown, your Dr. D, the chiropractic man.
So as I'm base coating this, the brown on that knapsack. Is that? It's not really called a knapsack. It's just like a bed.
Like a saddlebag?
Like a little bedroll. Well,
it's bedroll.
I already did the saddlebags.
Yeah, saddlebags. I just assumed it was all part of the same backpack.
It kind of is. He's ready. He's an adventurer.
He's packing.
He is packing, that's for sure. All right, so I'm going to paint his little hat. I'm going to paint it purple. Unless somebody wants... You know what? We should think color theory, actually. Let's actually think like an artist. So he is red. So what you do is you open up your phone...
I've seen this thing on a couple painting videos. That's a giant cube. Is that supposed to kind of be color wheel stuff?
It can be. That's for like really if you want to get into the art part of it.
Gotcha.
All right. So if you were to do full color theory,
so the wheel would be more of a color hypothesis, and the cube would be more of a color theory.
Yeah, I guess. Sure.
Okay. Or would it be color law?
You look at the red, and you have the colors on the opposite side are. I forget they call it contrasting colors. Another use of the contrast. I forget the technical term.
You can't
complementary.
Use
I'm sorry. Complementary is the opposite side. And then the colors that are on the left and right side of it are considered the supplementary. I forget what the technical word of it is, but essentially what they say is that if you have a color, you want to use colors around it that are on like the sides. And then if you want to shade a color, you want to use the color on the opposite side if you want like the best results. So if you really want a red to poke out, you actually use a really, really dark like green, and you would actually get like the most rich kind of red. But that's like super advanced type stuff. That stuff you could really ruin paint jobs with. But what it's saying is that we should paint the hat either blue or green. I'm going to do... He's kind of like a ready... Yeah, it says purple is the color you're supposed to... It's either purple or yellow. I don't think I don't know if a yellow hat makes any sense. And of course, you can always wiggle it.
What do you mean you don't know if a yellow hat makes sense? Have you ever heard of Curious George's man in a bright yellow hat? What's up? No, Got me.
Yeah, we're gonna do a blurple. That's actually a good color. So this is a Chimera paint. This stuff is kind of a pain in the patootie to get your hands on, but they sell it in these like sets. It's not cheap, but it's very good. I guard this stuff I shade it. I can't speak. I guard this stuff very closely because I want to use as much of this as possible. There is a...
Because of the 3 heads on it.
Yeah. The Phthalo Blue, there's a green shade and a red shade. I brought both. Now, because this is a red color, there's not like a huge difference to it. When you fully paint it, there's like slight bit of a difference. But it's very pigment heavy, so I'm going to use this to base coat this blue. I really love this stuff. I paint a lot of my Infinity stuff with this blue. So again, you put it on there, and I'm still using just like, I've been using the same brush for this whole thing. The entire time I've been here.
Is that the bomb brush?
It's a Bomb Wick, yeah.
Bomb wick.
All the brushes I brought are Bomb Wicks because I've been using these things for so long.
Gotcha. That was my understanding is kind of the only way you could take out John. Was to bomb wick.
Oh.
That was a John Wick joke, Taylor.
Yeah, I got it. Somebody killed his doggo. Which, ironic, is what we're painting. See?
I brought a full circle. Set you up. That was a nice little segue.
That
Paul
was good.
blarded that in this mall on a segue.
So, it's kind of like Kevin Bacon. John Wick, there's always like a 7 degrees difference.
from Kevin Bacon?
Kevin Bacon, yeah.
Do you think we can do a 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon from a painting color theory?
I mean, I'm sure we could. You're the one with access to a computer. I'm just painting them all.
Okay. I bet I could do it in 3. Or less.
3 or less what?
Steps. Degrees. Steps away from having a color theory connect to Kevin Bacon.
All right. Challenge accepted.
Okay.
Oh, he's got a belt around his waist.
I figured this was going to be a lot easier Google than it is.
How many steps are we at?
So we haven't even started yet. What I pulled up is just not super useful.
Okay.
So we're gonna go with like a Star Wars site came up.
Interesting.
I was trying to figure out Kevin Bacon and Hugh Grant, and it's like the Jedi Council forums has apparently weighed in on the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon.
Was Kevin Bacon ever on House?
That's a great question. Kevin Bacon was in the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special.
He was. Was House ever on the holiday special?
No, House was not.
There's an easy one that we could have done, but that's not. I can't use that, so
Yeah.
I'm doing my best here.
Well, okay, so here was the gimmick, right? I was like, there's probably a movie with both Kevin Bacon and Hugh Grant, and I'll just say color theory, Hugh Grant, Kevin Bacon. But not the case. That's shocking to me that he has not been in a movie with Kevin Bacon. Huh.
Well, there you go. I think we're all disappointed.
Yeah, I sure am. I hope you are too at home.
But what I'm not disappointed in is this is one of my favorite paints. I love this stuff.
That's the Chimera stuff?
This is the Chimera bleu. Worthy or use.
That was 15 minutes ago. Just a few seconds ago is Mine PubGenu. Thank you, Mine PubGenu,
Also,
for being our Mine PubGenu follower.
thanks to that other guy, too. Who, I don't know if we said his name.
Worthy or use.
Like and favorite below about who your favorite host of Arachne is.
Oh, Brady. Was way up there for me. Taught me a lot about painting.
Did he?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I don't know if you saw the stream where I painted 4 bathrooms, but he, showed me right where the Bayer paint and prime mixer was at my local Lowe's.
Wow. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even get him to return my phone calls.
So he came over.
Sure.
Right, I had the paint. I'm putting my hands in it. And I'm smearing it on the wall.
Okay.
And he's like, you should probably use a paintbrush. And I was like, oh.
What a great
It went so much easier with that.
That's true.
Like, significantly. A lot less messy. I only got most of it on my clothes instead of all of it.
That's a good sign of improvement.
Hugh Laurie and Mark Ruffalo are in all the light we cannot see on Netflix. Well, if we can't see, how are we supposed to watch it, Alyssa? I mean, come on. You can't come in here with that type of stuff.
And Mark Ruffalo is the guy that plays Hulk, right?
Oh, he plays Bruce Banner, yeah.
Well, yeah, well, whatever. The one below all. Okay, so that brown on his little nappy sack. It looks.
I gotta say, the detail on that corgi butt's actually pretty stellar.
Isn't it? It's great. Who doesn't love a good corgi butt? All right.
Maya Rudolph.
All right. So I'm gonna use some Screaming Skull.
Screaming Skull? And that, would you consider that like an off-white or a beige or?
This is it's like a bone color. Yeah,
bone?
Off-white. So thankfully, the heavy warm white is like brighter. So this will be like the end color. So this is going to be like that mid-tone. So like generally speaking, in my own personal opinion, if a model, if you're painting something, the second color you put on it is going to technically be the color of whatever it is. So whatever you do after that should be to support whatever the middle color is.
Okay.
So if you want something to be blue, the very first color you paint on it might be like a purple or whatever color you want the shade to be, and then
a blurple.
You could do some blurple.
Okay.
Blurple would work, yeah. It does taste like schnozberries.
Yeah. And that's the thing, like, if a paint tastes like schnozberries, that's one thing, but as long as the schnozberries actually taste like schnozberries.
Yeah, that's the most important part.
It really is. At the end of the day, it's part of a balanced breakfast, balanced diet.
If your diet consists mostly of, like, licking wallpaper.
Yeah.
Which I don't recommend.
Well, like most standard breakfasts, as, you know, we were promoted to as children, it requires half a grapefruit, 3 pieces of toast, a bowl of cereal, some sausages, 4 more pieces of bread for whatever reason, orange juice, and milk.
And sometimes when you open up their fridge, it's like, oh, Sonny D, all right.
I don't know. I'm a big fan of purple stuff. So.
No, purple stuff. Oh, Sonny D, all right.
Rip lead wall paint, delicious. Oh, dude. Plus, there's more natural minerals in it, right? So, get those lead levels up.
Those are rookie numbers.
They are.
If your bones are full of lead, they'll never break.
Whoopi Goldberg was in The Color Purple. Yes, she was. Kind of a breakout role. Lesser known movie that she starred in was actually The Color Blurple, which was direct to Crackle, I believe, was the streaming service at the time. It was a free streaming service that mostly just played Sister Act 2.
What was the breakout role for Lamar Burton? It was the...
Reading Rainbow.
Was that a
Data.
I don't think that was his breakout role. I thought his breakout role was it was like a movie about slavery. I forget what the name. Roots.
Roots.
I think it was Roots.
Yeah, it was.
I think that was his breakout role.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was young. He had a lot of acne. Happens to the best of us.
Kind of like Wile E. Coyote.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think Roots would have been a lot more interesting if he.
You start a sentence sometimes. If that's what you and Tisdale were planning this whole weekend, was to just get me like real nervous.
Well, what happens if he painted like a wall as a tunnel and you could just run through it?
Yeah.
It would have been a lot more like mystical. Kind of crazy. Anyway, I was saying, Lamar Burton, great actor.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Whoopi Goldberg in Next Generation.
Yes. She was in Deep Space Nine.
She was...
Whoopi Goldberg. Wasn't she the bartender?
She was the bartender in Next Generation.
Oh, okay.
She was the one in 10 Forward?
Kevin Bacon, Destination Anywhere, Whoopi Goldberg, The Color Purple, Color Theory. No, 10 Forward.
Yeah, wasn't that the name of the bar in Next Generation? 10 Forward. What did I say? Did I say 10 Forward?
I think so.
Yeah, I think I said 10 Forward. Because it was, it was on like the 10th deck or whatever of the ship, and it was like in the front of it. That's just why they could like see stuff out of the front of it. That was why it was called 10 Forward.
Gotcha. On a scale out of 1 to 10 forward.
Is there a rest of the sentence?
No, that's the whole thing.
On the scale from that?
On the scale from 1 to 10 forward.
On a scale from 1 to where's my coffee? What do you think of that? Buster Brown.
Let's see if Tisdale will get you some coffee. Boo that man. Boo him.
Boo that man. So right now, using just some bleached, bony type color to get the color I really want with the bed roll. All right, and then I'm going to use some of the heavy white. Just trying to fight the humidity in the room.
Yeah, it is humid day here.
It's thankfully I'm from Florida, so this doesn't bother me. But it does bother me that it bothers my paint.
Gotcha. Did you know that if you paint a turtle, that part of the turtle shell never grows?
Is this a bit?
Nope. It's something I found on a documentary I was watching the other day on TikTok. And, yeah, I guess people paint like baby turtle shells.
Sure.
But what happens is they will continue to grow, but that part of the shell won't, so it just kind of depresses into the larger shell, which decreases a lot of the armor value that it has, bringing it usually down from like a 19 AC to like probably a 14. That part's a bit, the AC
Okay,
obviously.
I was going to say, that sounds like a bit.
But no, it actually like depresses the shell, so that part won't grow in the shell, but stuff will grow around it, and it just won't elevate.
Are we going to okay that?
What do we think? I think butthole's probably okay.
I think it's just an anatomic term.
Yeah.
It's not a derogatory.
No. Is that real, though? Can pigs breathe out of that? No way. No, I gotta Google this. Can pigs
Just a bit. Just a wee bit.
Can pig? It comes right up. I just wrote, can pigs breathe? And first thing that comes up is through their bum. Pigs can breathe oxygen via their rectum. So humans probably can too.
Finally.
Piping an oxygen-rich liquid through the rear could be a lifesaver. A new treatment for failing lungs that involves such a process has been successfully tested in pigs. So, I'm just going to get this bit out, and then we're never going to touch it again. But restaurants should probably start having, like, bike pumps for butts. Because if someone's choking and their esophagus is obstructed, and you need to get some oxygen in there, poof boofing, air boofing, that might just need to be the thing. Like a t-shirt cannon, but for breathing.
Suffocation.
No breathing. It's all an elaborate bit to mess up your search history. I mean, yeah, these last few have certainly thrown off my algorithm. That's for sure.
We should mess up your search algorithm with you like finding books you can read.
Oh, Kenny and the Little Kickers. That's probably my favorite book that I've ever read.
Curious George.
No, that's too many words on those. Kenny and the Little Kickers. I wonder what happened to that book. Little Kickers. Here we are. It was a Hello Reader Level 2.
Wow.
So I'm not trying to brag, but I did graduate a little bit. And it was written in 1992. Although he feels shy and out of place on the playing field, Kenny agrees to try soccer. High-interest stories make reading fun. Stories have been tested for vocabulary and sentence length to help you make the right choice.
I was born in 1992.
Were you really?
I was.
You're younger than Taylor?
I am.
Whew.
Sheesh.
Sheesh. Oh, so it's all kind of like, so you're an even year. I'm an even year. Taylor's an even year.
Yeah, it's an election year.
Yep.
Clinton.
Yep.
What a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember that whole thing where Tom Green started doing like promotional material for this big announcement that he was going to be making with Monica Lewinsky? Mm-hmm. So it was like in the news cycle for weeks that there was a big, huge announcement that those two were going to be making.
Sure.
So everyone thought they were going to get married, or maybe they were having a kid. And it turned out that Tom Green was making handbags, handbag company.
Sweet.
And they made a handbag, and they were looking to sell that handbag.
Cool.
So they announced it at the top of a diner in Canada. Called all sorts of news organizations to come out here for this big announcement. And they're like, hey, we have this handbag if anyone wants to buy it.
I'm still waiting for this. Must be a bit.
Nope. That was a real thing that happened.
There you go.
It was a bit, obviously, because it was Tom Green, but
Sure. Just not the bit I was expecting.
nope. Nope. Remember, you got to remember, if it's a boring story that I tell, probably true.
All right, so we're going to use some Ultramarine. This is Rogue. Rogue Hobbies. For the hat. Again, we're going to use a lot of the previous color. Still trying to figure out what direction. It's coming. Nope. Nope. There it is. Where are pairings? I'm getting too wild in this chat.
Yeah, I don't see, there's not a lot of people in here currently. So I don't see the TO or anything, so I do not think pairings are going to be up for round 2. But yeah, next 2 rounds should be hopefully one after another, because yeah, the time to kill here has been a lot.
Whatever, it's been fun.
Yeah, I've learned.
I think the painting thing is a good way to kind of break it.
I think it is too. Plus, you learned something as well.
What's that? About the pig thing?
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. I guess we've all learned a number of things. But no, I mean specifically about painting and hobbying. That you don't pour water on a glass palette.
That's true. I guess I did.
Or
learn
under
that.
it. You know what I mean? We're all learning something. That could save someone from ruining their own, or not ruining, but like creating a mess with their own glass palette.
It's true, I guess. And I learned that if you're gonna not use a wet palette, I guess you use a glass one. But in my esteemed opinion, I don't know when you wouldn't use a glass, or when you wouldn't use a wet palette.
You have a little blue, like right here.
Yeah, it's gonna happen when you paint.
Gotcha.
That's there for when someone gives me a smooch,
Okay, gotcha. I mean, and that can be kind of an important part of the whole deal.
Well, whoever wins the next round is gonna have to. So keep your eyes on that second round matchups. If one of them has some blue on their lip.
Mm-hmm. That means they won priority, let me tell you.
Oh, they won something.
Gavin. Yeah. Where do we put the votes at for this? I don't know. Roger that.
All right, so I guess we start taking votes. If we manage to actually finish this model, which we might if the next round ends any time quickly. I might have enough time to finish this. If not, we'll definitely finish it tomorrow. I brought a lot of models to paint thinking that this model was way less detailed than the way it is. This model has lots of cool stuff on it. It's got like little potions. What kind of potions does he have? He's a wizard.
Probably like a dog Dramamine would be one of them.
Dramamine.
Doggy Dramamine, so they travel better in the car in case they get car sick or nervous.
Sure.
One was probably like a dewormer.
Sure.
And then another one is Sprite with cough syrup. It's a mixer. You can mix it with a couple other things to make a flaming moe.
Wow.
Hmm?
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Hi, Tizzy.
Dogs traditionally...
Alcoholics.
No, not what I was going to say. Big fans of cough syrup. How many rounds today in all? 3 today, 3 tomorrow.
Is it 3 tomorrow?
I believe so.
Okay.
2 tomorrow. 3 today, 2
I
tomorrow.
was going to say, I thought it was 2. It's top 8.
Yeah, that's what I said. 3 today, 2 tomorrow. What are the names of the 3 tacos? Tarnium. One is Pat. One is Vince. And one is Pat. Nope, Alex. I said Pat twice. Alex, Vince, and Pat.
That's a good blue.
AVP.
That's a very, very good blue. Ultramarine Rogue Hobbies. Again, now I'm kind of using pure, with just a little bit of that previous color mixed in. Keep it tied.
Nate is organizing, yes. Yep.
And again, keep pulling that paint towards where the sun shines.
Oh, with the 22, yeah. If the pair down loses round 2, 3, and 4, it's just 4 to get a single undefeated. Oops, all pair downs.
Hey, Demon Fox.
Yeah?
Kakashi's really strong.
You want to sell my power?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is pretty good. This concoction that I have here. It's a little bit of Starry,
Okay.
which has been the Sierra Mist replacement. It's not good.
Sure.
There's some purple Gatorade in there,
Okay.
and half a Celsius. And it's in the remains of a diet lemonade from Chick-fil-A.
You know, when as needs must. You know, you got that will to live, and you just get it done. You gotta want it.